Welcome to A Little Birdie Told Me with rollercoaster.ie. On this episode, I'm talking to stylist Gracie Cahill. Sponsored by Aptamil Follow-On Milk. We believe that every feed is a gift. That's why we've dedicated over 50 years to breast milk research and created Aptamil Follow-On Milk. Aptamil Follow-On Milk, your life, our science. Breastfeeding is best. Follow-on milk should be used as part of a mixed diet from 6 months. Talk to a health professional. Very happy to have this lady in the office. We're like empty nesters. Everyone flocked all over us, or all over her. We used to work together. So we have event designer and stylist Gracie Cahill on the pod today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It is surreal being back here.
Is it weird?
Like, yeah, I just feel like it was yesterday though when I walked in, you know.
How long ago are you gone?
2 years, like this month.
So Gracie left 2 years ago to do her own thing. And I'd say the nerves and the anticipation, because we all think we're going to leave, you know, really secure jobs. And then like we just are like, I don't have it in me. And you did it and you've done brilliantly well, which we will talk about. But you were just saying your little Bobo is 5. Yeah. I remember so over you when you just had her. You'd back from mat leave and you had the boobs and you were gorgeous. And talking about her, I cannot believe she's 5.
I know, and started school, and it's so weird. Everyone says it goes so fast, and it really does. Like, it's the blink of an eye.
It is a blink of an eye, because I can viscerally remember you being pregnant, and I think like I had Gia, and I was settling back into work, and you were going, and it was just so exciting.
Yeah, and do you know what? I can't remember a time before her because my whole life is her now, but it just goes so quick. It's like you just squeeze in like 5. Yeah. Crazy, like all-consuming years into like 3 months or something, you know?
It's very intense. Do you feel like now that she's 5, it's such a weird question, that it's calm and easier? Do you enjoy this phase? Did you prefer the baby phase, or do you just love it all?
She was a really easy baby. So like people said to me like terrible 2s and 3s, and I was kind of like me and Adam used to look at each other and be like, what are they talking about? So probably like 3.5, I was like, oh, here we go. And she is more challenging. I mean, I enjoy it, but she's like me. Like she's like a mirror. Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's a big personality.
Yeah, and just knows what she wants. And I hear her with other kids as well, and she's like, she'll, you know, dig her feet in. And I love that because she was a real placid, you know, real just easy baby.
Great.
And now it's like the total opposite, which I kind of love, but I'm always evolving with her. I'm always learning from her and learning how to, you know, be a more patient person.
But you have good boundaries. So either you've instilled that in her, or she was born this way. Like, you are a very, you know, as much as you'd be like, I'm a bit nervous to do this, you've firm boundaries about people, relationships, anyone taking the piss. I always really admired that about you. Like, anyone hurt you, that was it. Like, it's an amazing trait to have boundaries, which so many women don't have. Yes, of course it is.
I would say it is. It has, you know, as I've got older, I've realized that I cannot control other people, and that I just have to like control my reaction.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. And I think that really is growing up in fashion in my 20s, you know. I used to go home and not sleep and take everything to heart. And it's not an easy industry. So I think that's just age and like wisdom.
You were sensitive to everything, like anything that happened?
Yeah, like I was 24 when I first walked into the shop. So young. And I mean, you just want to impress, and you'll always say yes.
People
and I
please.
think, I mean, a lot of people do it when they're younger. I think it's just part of growing up. But I think in your career, it's so important to set boundaries. You know, at home and in your career.
Love this.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So you're in DMG. Where did you work before you worked for the Daily Mail? Because you were with You Magazine. Where did you work before with your styling career?
So I studied in London, and then I was with Marie Claire. I interned there, but I was one of like 10. So I sort of was like, okay.
Was it Devil Wears Prada-esque or not at all?
It was just like I was in a cupboard, you know, like not really. It was like, it was a big operation, you know, but I was, you know, one of 10 runners, and you were in a cupboard, and it was like you really had to work there for another year or 2 and cut your cloth. But London is so expensive, and I couldn't sustain myself. Like, when I look back, I was like, I was so fearless. I just went to London.
You would then.
Didn't even fill out the CEO form. I was like, I'm going. And my parents were like, I'm one of 5. So my parents were like, probably like, you know, the fourth child as well, so
Yes.
I totally felt forgotten.
Yeah.
So I was just super independent from the get-go. So yeah, I think back now and I'm like, oh my God, if Sophia came home to me and was like, at 17, I wouldn't.
Were you 17? That's so young.
I was 18 moving, but I was 17 making that decision.
Yeah.
Been like, okay, I'm going. This is where I'm going. So yeah, I finished there and I came home, and where I'm from Castleknock, well, we moved from Dunboyne to Castleknock, and my mum used to was friends with Katrina McKiernan. Remember?
Yeah, the
the
athlete,
runner.
yeah.
And her husband at the time had worked for RTE and got me an interview in a publishing company out in Dunleary, and so I went out there. I was there for about a year, was earning good money.
Yeah.
All my friends were kind of still interning in London, and then I went traveling for 3 years, which was the best thing ever.
Everywhere, all over the world? Like
No,
where?
I did. Me and my two friends we did like the Irish back. Remember the trip that you would
Interrail?
book?
No, the
It was it was like this package you did with trail finders.
Yes.
So we did Vietnam, Thailand,
Wow.
and then Australia. No, Australia. We were meant to come home through the States. Anyway, we ran out of money, and I did every job over there. And so I came home I would have been 24, and I applied for a job
Yeah.
through Job Fairy. It was saw it in the paper, and I rang an hour later, and Anna Manahan answered.
Stop it!
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So it was
Yeah.
complete organic. Just got back, got
got
a job.
back, saw it in the paper.
What was the job called? Was it like a?
It was like
fashion journalist or
no, like features assistant with an interest in beauty and fashion.
Love it.
So it
but
was
where
like-
did the beauty and fashion interest? Okay, come on, Gracie, because you are I've met your sister. You're very stylish. Was your mum very stylish, or your dad?
I would say my mom was into interiors,
Yeah.
and she always liked nice things. So
Okay.
my dad was a builder. Mom had a creche, but she was always like doing the house up. My auntie, her sister, is really has a real creative flair, and I'd say dad's side as well. Like we're all kind of creative in
Yeah.
our own way. But I'd say probably just escapism. I loved fashion, but I loved
But
reading.
did the travel give you, when you go away, you're like, there's other things that people wear
Yeah.
and colours and textures. It's not all fucking juicy tracksuits. Like you suddenly get out of Ireland.
Yeah,
And especially at that time. It's
I
good.
think I've always done things differently though. Like I remember I used to go and buy a top and I would turn it back to front, and my friends would be like, "What is she doing?" I'd turn it back to front, and then I'd put like some thread through it or ribbon, or I was always like ripping up my clothes and putting them back together. And I think it's just like, I don't know, it's just
expression, yeah.
Yeah, and experimentation, but also like you have to have a love for it, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't just going to throw on velour tracksuit, it
No.
just wasn't me. And traveling definitely did that, but I lived out of a suitcase, Rebecca. Like I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
nothing.
So it wasn't like you were styling it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the happiest I've ever been.
So nice.
Like lived.
Those days.
Yeah, I
Beach
just
bumming it.
yeah
Meeting
just
people.
dated so many different guys.
I
and
know, my God, we talk about that. Who was on? Kathleen Thomas was on this podcast talking about her. Do you remember her show No Frontiers?
Yeah.
And I said it was probably pretty like hard work. She goes, "Will you stop the men?" And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Think about it. String bikini, 90s, feeling like a ride, traveling."
Oh my God,
she goes,
I
"Can you
used
imagine?"
to watch that.
Just so good.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of that show.
Yeah, she must have just travelled around.
Oh, she just, initially no money, travelled around, did a production, and then it got high production and she got
Okay.
nice outfits and was fronting the show. But back then she was just travelling on a
That
shoe
was her
strip.
big break
Yeah,
then.
she said
Yeah.
she absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
But I was
because
just thinking,
young
all
and-
them.
Oh yeah, and like the sun, and that's all you want when you're young.
Yeah.
You don't need lots of money. I mean,
No.
obviously it helps when you're a
Helps
bit
when
older.
you're asking for 100 quid to be sent to Bali. So you get the job in here, which is like a fashionista. Were you just like brilliant, delighted, excited? What happened?
Yeah, I was so excited, and I think I didn't know what it was. Like I didn't know what it was going to become at all. So for the first year, I kind of was doing features and then styling. I remember Jedward was one of my first shoots, and I put them in suits and like flattened the width.
Yes.
So like I just took all the kind of like madness,
The
sparkle
drama,
down,
yeah.
and did and that I think those pictures were meant for the inside, but they went on a cover.
Great.
So my editor at the time was like, yeah, just started getting me loads of work and giving me more shoots, and those were the glam days though.
Were there any favourite shoots? Like, was there anyone that you style that you were like, fucking pinch me? Or was it just all great?
Yeah, like there was some really cool shoots. Like I think that I got more confident as the years went on, and I sort of started like building up my own sort of, like teams and makeup artists and so people would come to me with ideas. I built up like really good relationships with PRs, brands, and they'd come to me with budget, and then I would be like, let's go to Paris, or
and the trust was there.
Yeah,
like I would have followed your account before I met you, going, God, that's a beautiful account. I love how you curated things. You were gorgeous, but like I didn't really know you, and then I would see you were coming in here to do shoots or in and out of the office, and I was like, oh, she's so cool. So you had a little bit of a name and profile built, which was from all of this work.
Yeah, I think so. And I think like for me, like it was never about having a profile. It was just about doing what I love. But I mean, obviously when you're in journalism, you're always being sent stuff. You're always being invited, I think that those are the perks of the job, and they're amazing when you're in your 20s. Like, you're never bored. No. You're always away.
Better go to that thing.
Yeah. And it's brilliant.
You went on amazing trips.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. When I look back, super lucky. Like, now that would all stress me out, because I'd be like, I have to go home to my child.
Yeah.
And I think I knew then, like I knew when after I had her, that I couldn't sustain that lifestyle. And that's interesting. Yeah, that's, I think
a lot of that changing came from having Sophia. Like, we talk about, it's just changing job, but actually all of this life direction now is to do with her.
Hugely.
Wow.
I mean, I think it sounds like a first world problem when you're anxious about going to like a beautiful hotel in London, but you do have to think about, how am I going to get home on time? And
will she miss me? Will she go to sleep from my part? Sheila Shoga spoke about that yesterday. She's like, 2 nights, fine, I can do it. But then I start to get, and she goes, and no problem with people who want to go away for a week or two at work from their kids, and they can do that, and they're great mentally. But she's like, that's not for me. She's like, I can do a night or a second at a push, but she's like, then I get really stressed. And I'm the same. I was in Zurich recently, and the kids, I just found they weren't settling. I missed them. The fun of being away after the first 6-7 hours was kind of gone.
Yeah.
And I think that's also takes time. Mine are still really young, like a 3 and a 7-year-old. I think with time I'll just love going away, but not now.
Okay, yeah, and I think like it's good for me to be away, because I have a lot more downtime with her now, and I love that, because I can be at the school gate and I can get up with her, and I'm less stressed. And like, I remember going to pick her up from creche in the first year of going back, and she was screaming for her dad. And I remember turning around and just trying to fight back the tears, because I was never present. I was always, even when I was with her, I was thinking about work. And like, you might think babies out there, so like they pick up on things. And now I can give her, I'm just a lot more present. I'm a lot less anxious.
How long were you working with her? So up to a year? So sorry, you left her 2 years ago.
I probably went back. I took a year off. So I was 2
years in here.
Yeah, 2 years
and that is the hardest. They're like teeny, they're totally attached to you, they're mad about their mamas. I found that now, the last, Simone's 3 now, very hard, because I'm in here a lot. But just, you're correct, the picking her up, the rejection, or hearing that she was devastated leaving, or what's she actually eating, or is she okay? And then I'd force it in the evenings and weekends, and it's just really hard in the heart.
Yeah, and do you know what, Rebecca? I think you're like me. Like, you need your job for your own. Like, I need to work because I need that sort of distraction, and I need that, like, I need that inspiration. I need to keep ticking. But I also, like, it's what you're missing out on. And it's not even the big things, it's the little things. Like, is there homework? Like, she has homework now, and I need to sign that because Adam, my partner, works evenings. So it's just those little things. It's keeping up, like, it's not even the bigger things. Like,
it's not the events. It's just the fucking being a mom.
Yeah, like, even, like, having her picked up and having all those little bits. But is her school bag gone in all right? Is there an extra T-shirt? Is she wearing the clothes that I would dress her in? Is her hair, like, do you know? That's how I understand Sheila. Like, 2 days is grand, but after that you're just like, what is going on? Was
it a really hard decision though to leave? I know that you were kind of mentally done in the sense that you did want to go out on your own, which we'll talk about. You've done so well, because it's not fucking easy. And then I know it was playing in your mind, and there was conversation, and then you made that decision. Was it the hardest decision of your life, or not really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was the hardest decision, because my whole identity was wrapped up in that job. And it's so, like, it's sad to say that, but I didn't know who I was outside of that. And it was terrifying, because what was I going to do? And there's so many nights where I was on Indeed applying for jobs, and I'd go to apply and I'd be like, that's not what I want to do.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Like I was applying for content, or I was applying, and it was like I didn't know what the next pivot was. I had to figure that out. And I think like eventually it kind of all, like you have to figure that out before you can like figure out how to leave.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest bit. And you honestly, it sounds really airy-fairy, but you really just have to dig deep. And like I remember saying to people, I'm going to set up, I didn't know what Style with Grace was going to be, because I felt like it was going to be more fashion, but then I loved interiors. So how do I amalgamate the both? And it's just become what it's become. I've pivoted towards demand, and I'm doing a lot of design projects. I'm doing a lot of like helping people, you know, kind of enhance their houses and renovate their houses. And I love that. I love that different sort of elements of the job. But I think for me, it was really, really scary. But once you make that decision, there's no going back.
Do you feel mentally freer as a mother? I'm not talking about Gracie as a human. Do you feel mentally freer, like you're just checked in? Do you feel, and a lot of people have agreed, you don't have to agree, do you feel it's there's a huge, still a massive inequality and divide with how women have to perform and work, and the unfairness and lack of support and flexibility, and that perhaps you could have stayed in like Grace was a very, very senior stylist with, you know, a huge job in a magazine, and perhaps you could have kept that and kind of done it in much more of a flexible way.
I don't think
there's just different rules in play.
I think there's a layer of complexity that comes with being a working mother, and I think people say like, oh, but like he does this, and Adam is brilliant. Like he is the most amazing dad, but he does not feel what I feel. We're different. We don't, you know, we're wired differently.
I know.
And he doesn't feel like if I feel the guilt, he, you know, brings me back down. It's like, you're brilliant. You're doing great. But I feel it, and I feel every feeling. And today I dropped her in, and the teacher said, it's the first time ever she said, I'm missing my mom. And I said, and do you know what? It's because I'm winding down, and I'm playing with her more. I have more time, and she wants me more during she has to go to school, but so you feel it more, and it's like you need to work. You need to work for your sanity, but you also, I value my being a mother more over how much I value being amazing at my career.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did you think you'd ever feel like that? Like, did you think when you're having Sophie, it's like, love Adam, you're together with Adam for a while, aren't you? We're going to have a baby. This is a natural evolution.
Yeah.
But like pretty much, like I've a pretty cool job. I'm going to go back to my job. And like Sophia, did you ever think that it would be like, Sophia's top of the charts here, laddos. This is great.
Yeah. I mean, I knew she would come first, but I never thought, like, obviously I love my career, love what I do, but like her being a mother to her, like I was one of 5. So, I mean, and I, you know, I grew up in the 80s, 90s. Like I was like every other child, like thrown in the back, you know, as in I want, and I am doing everything.
I was going to say, do you parent similarly to your parents or not at all?
No,
How?
no.
A lot more like love and...
Yeah, and I mean, I think I'm one of many who can say it was, you know, it wasn't the most...
It wasn't great. We call it parenting. What were we saying yesterday? Parenting in inverted commas. How did they parent? I just think it was a lot of like... I was seen and not heard. And
get
on with it, she'd be grand.
And look, there's always that element of, you know, generational trauma. And I think now people are living their lives more. I think we are, and our kids are. And, you know, hopefully that will break the curse. But I am the soft one. Like, he's the strict one.
Is he?
Yeah, when it comes to homework and TV and it's ask your mum, and I'll say no. But with, like, I'm like, no, just give it to her. You know, yeah, I am the soft one. And I'm okay with that. I make peace with it.
How long are you together, you and Adam?
8 years at Christmas. We met in Whelan's.
What? Why'd ever meet in Whelan's? Alison Curtis met her husband in Whelan's.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, we met in Whelan's. He was at a gig. He was doing a gig. And I knew who he was. He had added me on Facebook, but said
was he in
nothing.
a band?
Yeah.
That's quite sexy, isn't it?
He was a drummer. He is a drummer. Yeah. He doesn't play. Well, he plays in the shed, but He has a real job now.
And you have moved from the city, you have this gorgeous cottage in the city, to out kind of like you've done a bit of a you moved out to the country, it's a bit more zen. You were just telling me in the kitchen you're going to be doing up a house in Italy. You're like living your little Vogue lifestyle.
I love the country.
Yeah.
Do you?
I love it.
Yeah.
I do a lot of pissing and moaning when there's an event or a night out and I'm like, God, I wish I lived back in the city. But I don't, because then when I'm out there and like the dog and the crack and the kids, and I think they love it. But I sometimes go, I wish I was in the city. But I'm in enough. Like, I think you're probably in enough. With work, I'm in enough.
Oh God, I'm always in and out.
Do you miss it?
Only, no. Like, I don't miss it, and I love her school, and I love the community we have, and I love that I live in a cul-de-sac, and I can just
You're like
open
Martha
the door.
Freaking Stewart, Gracie. What has happened?
Oh my God, what has happened to me?
Do you want, and again, not a question you have to answer in a direct way, but do you want a huge family like you came from? Are you pretty chill about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would, if I'm lucky enough. I would love another child, and that's really just to give. Not just to give her a sibling, but like I often think about, you know, this sounds so morbid, but when I go, I don't want her to be on her own.
That is a big thing. That was my biggest, when we had G, I was like, never again. And it took me a while, and then it took us a while. And I do remember thinking, like, everyone was like, what is the effort? Like, why are you putting yourself through so much hell? And I was like, I really want her to have a person.
Yeah.
I don't want this. I came from a family, you know, whether you get on with your siblings or not, there's always support. You get on with your siblings, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're a big family.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's all gals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mad. 5 girls.
Yeah. Oh my God. It is
so funny.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
so
crack.
There's always, crack. But we're all quite similar, but wildly different as well. Do you know? So there's with big families though. I have so many friends with big families, and they're like, this Christmas is going to be like 10 fights.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
What's that program? The Royal Family or something. Like, it's just going to be hideous. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because there's so many
Dynamics.
different personalities, and then like partners who get involved, and like and it's
and then
just
you
like,
regress back to, you're like, I'm going to go this Christmas and I'm not going to start any shit. And then you can't help but be like defensive or like, that's not true.
Totally. And you're all bored as well after a day. It's like, honestly, just everyone go home after the day.
Tell me about Styled with Grace.
Okay.
I'm saying it correctly, aren't I? Styled with Grace.
Yeah, Style with Grace. We are rebranding soon.
But you leave your styling your job in here, your big fashion job, and you go out, and there's that period of kind of like grace, pardon the pun, where you just take a bit of a moment for your head and your heart, and then you kind of set this business up. What is it and what does it do? Because I see you doing a lot of beautiful work on styling corporate events and commercial events.
So initially, I think the idea was to do like smaller events I had like almost like set sort of tablescapes, set sort of settings that you could book me for. As I was like launching that, brands were coming to me with a brief. And so I knew that every event was going to be different. So those first few months were pivotal. Like, taught me so much. And like, even just like a RAMs for security, and like doing a big mood board and getting that signed off. And I like so much learning. But it's essentially a custom design service. So if you come to me with a brief, I can start, you know, at the initial idea. I can help you like bring that to life. What exactly do you want? Where should the venue be? So I can book everything. And then all the design is custom made. So I don't really rent anything unless it's a huge event. So I don't have the inventory to.
So where is it custom made?
That.
You've got suppliers?
Yeah.
Wow,
so
amazing.
I source the fabric, and then my seamstress makes it.
This is great.
Yeah, I love it.
Bespoke, I love it. It's like, it's very London, New York. We don't have that many people like you here. There's people who style celebrities for awards shows, or they style, but you're literally this kind of all-encompassing. That must be lovely.
Yeah.
And you style someone that was like, I need help clearing through my wardrobe. I need a capsule collection. I really want to, like, this year is my year. Like, do you do that kind of work as well? Yeah,
so I do. I have, my last project is for a commercial. So I'm styling as a well-known influencer. So I still do fashion, and I love it. But I do love interiors, and I think I've evolved into that. You know, the older I've got, like I renovated 2 houses, and I think
you've got to look at. I'm sure you follow her if you're listening to this pod, but if you don't follow her, you have to look at her content on interiors, because there's always a quirk or a thing or a beautiful thing you wouldn't have thought of, and I love interiors, and like I've only started slowly building up, but it always get great ideas, and kind of, I hate the word rustic because it's not even, because there's some beautiful contemporary pieces, but it's that cool Mediterranean vibes, but even your style. Gracie has the best eye for standing with her daughter or standing in front of something in just a guna, and it's the coolest boho guna, and just the ridiest Lana Del Rey hair, and
so do you though, in fairness,
but different to that, like you're just so boho.
You have a great eye. How's the house?
Great.
Yeah.
House is like evolved from being just a shell. Like we also moved to the country to a house where it was just this empty shell. We didn't know what to do with it. To like nice flooring, to nice cozy textures. Now finally got a dining table. God, that's taken 4 years for me to walk into my house now and go, it's a home.
But
4
it's
years.
such a big space, Rebecca, and
seriously,
everything costs money.
Yeah.
Like this first year, you're kind of.
We didn't spend loads of money the first year. We were told we didn't have it.
Yeah.
But we were also given great advice: just sit still, because I'm an impulsive person. I'm too.
Yeah. You are.
I'm so impulsive, and I have to do it now. And so everyone was like, just chill your boots, because you regret spending that and you won't have it. And so we did the TV and the couch kind of stuff, but I started to go, okay, how does this room feel? And we have these big high ceilings, and we're really lucky. But now
3
I come
floors,
home,
like there's
it's
a lot
going on. You know what I mean? It's not like on flat level or.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand it because I grew up in a cottage and then I lived in city apartments. So I was like, ugh. And that's a weird feeling because you can't do every room. You have to live in them.
Yeah,
so
and that's hard for people like you and me who just want it all now. And I find that really hard, is waiting.
And I'm a devil with budget. Like I was going to say this to you. You have a great eye. You like nice things. You've good taste. When you run your own business and you're not getting your flat salary and paying out your stuff each month, are you good now at budgeting, being good with money, being savvy? Like, are you, or were you always good at that?
Yeah, I've always been good at that. Like, I was really independent in college. I kind of put myself through college. So I always worked. I was always, like, I obviously like nice things, but I don't just buy them. I need to be able to afford them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am good. And I think the first few months are, as I said, they're huge learning. You're just like, it's like a river of
like
information.
Masters, yeah.
Oh God. And you're learning it all on the ground. So yeah, the first year I was kind of just like, you know, surviving. And now I'm kind of like getting to a place where I'm like, okay, this is how it works. This is what I need to keep. This is what I need to pay the tax man. This is what I, you know.
And this is a long-term project. This is till the death. Like, this is your pension. This is your career now.
I mean, for the first year, I used to say, I'm just going to like get a job. And Adam was like, you have a job. You launched a business, you know. But that was where my head was at. Like, always kind of like, oh, what if? And that is a female thing. Like, especially if you go out on your own and you're like, you need the paycheck. Like, it's terrifying not having money coming in at the end of the month.
And you never want to be codependent. I do think women of this generation, you're talking about how we're parenting different, we're living different, our relationships don't even need to get married. There's all of the things that we don't need to do anymore. But I never want to be like, can I have 15 euro for lipstick? Silly things. I want to be on my own financially. I don't know if it's possible, but I'd like to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just like, it is too hard. The cost of living, it's too hard to live on one salary. I'm sure people do it and I'm sure they have to do it, but it's a struggle, like, you know.
Can you tell us about Italy?
Italy.
You devil. Why this place? Like, so you've bought a little place.
A little cottage, yeah. They call it a villa.
Did you always want to, or?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do like a doer-upper sort of somewhere, like, yeah. And I've always loved Italy. Puglia is like a real kind of Mediterranean. It's in the boot, so it's kind of Greece inspired. It's all white.
A bit more rough and ready as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
To other parts of Italy, yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely think it's somewhere that's on the radar. You know, a lot of weddings now, a lot of people holidaying there, but it's still affordable. And yeah, I just went with my auntie in April and we did a lot of house hunting, and she is amazing. So we went home and I thought about it and I was like, I'm just going to do it.
I love this about you.
We forfeited a crazy expensive wedding.
Good.
So, yeah.
I was saying to you in the kitchen, stop with your weddings. You'll be grand.
Yeah, like
I wish that money went towards my house.
Do you? Do you really?
Amazing wedding. We got married in Mallorca. It was one of those destinations. It was at a time in our lives, and I was very young. Like I was in my 20s getting married.
It was a gorgeous wedding.
It was beautiful, and I've no regrets. Like, great.
Okay.
But it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you don't know what that money means at that time because your parents are helping you. You're all getting And I think it was too much. And I think we could have done that wedding, him and I, and a few pals over there for half that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's showy. It's just Instagrammy. You know
what I mean?
And
I think it's how society trains your brain. Like, once you get engaged, have the engagement party.
Are you having a baby? When are you getting a little?
Oh my God, go and find your dress. And I was completely wrapped up in that.
Yes, you were.
Oh my God, I was so excited.
You were the wedding
And now
gal.
I'm like allergic.
Good.
Yeah.
And so many people are on their second weddings.
Yeah, and I remember a few people saying to me, like older, like my auntie, say, that's too expensive, Grace, that venue. And I was just so excited and couldn't wait for the pictures. But it's all really to impress other people.
Which we just need to stop with the validation, because no one gives a shit about anyone
Nobody
else.
cares.
Nobody cares. They'll be like, nice wedding, or did Grace get married? Or it's just talk of the town. No one cares.
In fact, it's just another expense, really, isn't it? And that sounds like the wedding.
And you can do it in a freaking city hall or anyway.
Yeah.
How do you parent? Tell me a little bit how you parent, Sophia. Like, do you go in with some kind of, is it a gentle parenting, attachment parenting, or are you trying to make a resilient child for this crazy world we're in? Or
no, I think it's less about resilience, because she is quite resilient. Like, I have to kind of tone it down, but I do just parent how I feel like it's on feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if there's no like formula, there's no like do this because I'm on her level. And if she's sad, I give her love. If she's bold, I say this, you can't, Santa Claus is not going to be happy right now. It's not even working anymore. What did I say?
That's
she
all
said
bullshit that we do the Santa Claus.
So I kind of, every day is like, I just have great fun with her. I am strict when I have to be. Like, she's 5, like, Gia, like, they just,
Gia's
they
like the quietest little petal. It's the other one who's a devil.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Gia, when I met Gia,
she was on fire for a while,
okay.
and now there's a softness and a quiet, and like she'll change again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the other one, I think, is just such a big personality. Maybe Gia's just like, oh, I'll just chill here because this is too much. She one's on like standing up on the island. I'll turn around after 2 seconds.
The
get down,
wild child.
finger in the candle, like pulling the what, and then I look at her and I go, she's me.
I know.
As a kid,
I do that.
I was so horrendous. I
Were
don't know
you?
how. Yeah, it was just.
Aww.
No, it wasn't horrendous. I was a bundle of love and joy. But I was like, Dad always goes, she was that. He always says to me now when I'm sad about something or stressed, you were the happiest child. I was so happy to be alive.
Okay,
Like,
you still are though. You are.
I'm positive, but I have my dramas. Like, then I was just like, they used to let me run around the house to get rid of energy at night for a few laps. I was so on fire with energy, which is me now.
I'm not surprised.
My family are really quiet, and I needed to see the world.
Yeah.
So Simone is just out there, and there's such gratitude, obviously, because she was a hard-fought one. So I'm a bit like,
Yeah, and how does Gia react to this? Is Gia like...
I think she's so happy she's here.
Yeah, okay.
There's such a lovely...
Yeah.
Like, they kill each other at times where there's competitive, but I think Gia is so happy she has her, which makes me happy because it wasn't an easy job.
Yeah. What's the age gap?
4 years. So took us 2.5 or 3 to have her.
Yeah.
So Gia's 7, and there's a huge minding and love, and
that's sweet, isn't it? It must be lovely to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I am. Like, I definitely am, like, just really in tune with my feelings and her feelings. And if she has a sad day, like, I recognize that. I don't just say, like, and this sounds like I'm not perfect by any means. I don't just say, like, shut up and, yeah, or like, I stop crying, or, I feel like I have way more patience now as she gets older to kind of listen to that. And, I will miss you today. And I was like, you're going to see me in 4 hours. So, yeah.
They just pull at the old heart.
Oh,
they change you completely.
It's like you're heading into school to have a great day.
Shut up.
So, yeah, I'm definitely the softer parent, but I'm okay with that.
And how are you as a human with your, like, evolved career, your lifestyle, your parent? How are you?
Like, I don't even know that person anymore. Yeah. I think, though, I grew up in this industry where, like, you were always trying to be the best or be something, or, that you lose sight of who you are. Yeah. I went through a yoga phase. There was always phases. I love yoga, but, like, did I need to go off and do, like, there was always this almost, like, searching, you know, and trying and trying and trying. And I was always on deadline. So your whole life is like, next, what's next? And now I just get to like actually be present. And I'm, you know, a lot calmer, a lot less anxious. I do think that I've done a lot of work in therapy because I needed to. I did mention that I probably wasn't in the best place when I left. But yeah, I feel more... Like you said, are you nervous? I said, no, like I'm not. I just feel like I know who Grace is now. And I know, does that sound really?
That's so nice.
Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, I am very confident in who I am finally. And I've made peace with that. So.
And you're not even 40 yet.
Does that happen when you're 40?
Like, who the fuck, kind of. Yeah, it's a huge revelation, 40 for a woman.
I know what I deserve now, and I'm not afraid to ask for it. And I think when I was launching the business, that was something that I had to establish for myself, because you can't easily just be a busy fool, you know. And I this is what I cost now, and this is what I bring to the table, and that comes with, you know, leaving a job and
experience, knockbacks, shit times, shit clients, shit boss. It's a lot of hardships, and you go, well, this is what I'm worth.
Totally. I think 2 years, it feels like yesterday, but it also, I've like done a huge amount of evolving.
Follow this woman. It's not some kind of horseshitty advertisement Instagram account. If you don't follow, it's just sometimes it's like little words of wisdom, mantra pieces. Sometimes it's gorgeous aesthetics. Sometimes it's a trip she's on. Sometimes it's family, not always. She's quite private about that. But it's nuggets of gorgeousness, and you can see there's this cool, serene person behind it. So Gracie Cahill, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Rebecca. You're a sweetheart.
Sponsored by Aptamil Follow-On Milk. We believe that every feed is a gift. That's why we've dedicated over 50 years to breast milk research and created Aptamil Follow-On Milk. Aptamil Follow-On Milk, your life, our science. Breastfeeding is best. Follow-on milk should be used as part of a mixed diet from 6 months. Talk to a health professional. I hope you enjoyed this episode of A Little Birdie Told Me, and if you did, it would mean a lot to me if you could like, subscribe and share this episode.